If you can't draw, if you don't know how to put colors down, you don't know how to paint, you don't know anything about it, do it anyway. Draw, paint, make yourself feel amazing. Just do it. If you can't draw, do it. If you can't paint, do it. If you're tired, do it. If you're feeling downhearted, do it anyway. Just do it. I promise you will feel wonderful. Let's draw. Today we're going to be drawing something, and I hope you will draw along. As to my intro, it's better to do it than to not. It's better to draw and scribble out your ideas rather than do nothing at all. So, oh, where's my ink? Hang on. The magical pot. The magical pot. Right, today's nib is this big, chunky big beast here until I get to the point where I don't like it and I change. But until now, that is what we are going to have. And we're going to start off with oh dear. That's a difficult one. But difficult ones sometimes come up with the best drawings. So let's get into it. Let's just see where this takes us. I kind of feel like it's the head of a bear, something like that, you know. And as in my earlier video about formats, this is an A5, which is half of an A4, and that's kind of like half. That's an A6, so an A5 would be double that. And there are these ACEOs also that are going up onto the eBay section as well. So there will be lots of new stuff going up onto the onto eBay or wherever it decides. I'm enjoying drawing too much is the problem. I really enjoy the whole kind of drawing feeling much more than doing admin, doing eBays and post office stuff as well. There's a slight bleed on that nose there. I don't know quite why, but it has come into be quite a lovely shape. The whole kind of bear has just kind of, it's got such a delightful kind of shape to him already. I really do like that, and I do kind of get a little bit excited sometimes. So let's put some ears in. I do get rather excited when a nice shape appears on my drawing page. It's kind of it's kind of what I live for, really, you know. A nice drawing that you can kind of look back, you know, and also it keeps me fresh. Although these are kind of like sketches and not really full illustrations, they do give me that lovely feeling of fresh art, you know. It's like it kind of goes down so quick and easy that it's really a rather beautiful feeling. I really do love this. The way that these drawings are pulled together. That's lovely. And I have been getting into the painting of them as well, obviously for selling, because I feel it's a little bit more kind of attractive for buyers if it's all painted up and looking nice. Although I don't really, personally, you know, if I got a great ink drawing by Ronald Searle or Scarf or Stedman or somebody like that, I would be rather happy with it. You know, obviously I'm not at their level, but in the same way that a very, very nice, there's a little bit bleed there as well. What is going on? It's the same paper that I use all the time. Mind you, I have noticed that I bought about 500 sheets of A2 from Seawhites. And Seawhites have now changed their format. They have changed the way that they make paper. And what it has done is it has given me that exact, I don't know if I can dare to tip it over, but if you look at the nose, you'll see a little bit of a bleed and a little bit bleed down by the neck. And you see that. And that is just by them doing a cheaper process for their paper, nothing else. Whereas when I used to buy paper from Seawhites, it would be incredibly dense paper that you could throw ink and watercolor and everything on top of it. And they seem to have lost a little bit of their magic, if you want me to use the word magic. But they have definitely kind of gone cheap on everybody. And for Seawhites to do something like that, which is the local English kind of, they stock all the schools and stuff like that. I'm very unhappy with what they've done, because I know that if I put my blotches of ink down, what will happen is they will start to bleed. And I am extremely unhappy with it. Especially when you're buying as much paper as I am, you know. I've just got 100 drawing pads in the A4 format. I've got about 30 drawing pads in the A5 format, and they're all very dense paper. As in with this paper here is, it's lovely, thick, dense paper, but it's a Seawhites paper. And now that they have changed their way of doing things, it basically has destroyed the beauty of their own paper. And that's what I found with the A2. The A2 is, I mean, the A2 is like this big, each sheet of paper. And I love because it gives me, one, it gives me very big, dense paper to draw on. And number two, it also means that I can cut it down to an A5 or cut it down to A4 if so needed. And I'm very confident in their paper. So, it's a beautiful thing. But now I can even see when I'm writing my name, I can see the bleed on it. I'm extremely unhappy about it, because the whole point of my inking style is that I do like to use a lot of ink. I do like to feel that thickness. But the thickness now is bleeding, and it's absolutely dreadful. So don't get too confident with your paper purchase, as I have. I have now 500 sheets of A2 paper that I'm kind of like, I'm almost, I don't know what to do. And if there is a company out there that does reasonably cheap but good, strong, dense paper, then do let me know. Reasonably cheap, because I go through so much of it. You know, okay, I've bought 100 drawing pads, but 100 drawing pads will last me a couple of months probably. A very cute bear, but I'm very unhappy with the bleed on it. I don't know if you can see there. You can see it bleeding around the nose. Even with some of the letters on my name are starting to bleed. Which also, you know, for certain things, then you're starting to think, well, can I sell that? You know, can I sell a piece of artwork like that? I don't know. Maybe once it's painted, you won't really notice. But this is good quality ink also that's going on to these. Maybe I should draw it that way instead. Maybe. But let's get on and we'll draw another drawing. Well, I'll try one of the birds. I've been getting quite into my birds recently. Quite, especially with some of the smaller drawings. The little ones, like these little A6 ones are lovely. The little, you know. What else have I got on there? Cat, lovely fish. Look at that. And on that format size, they're really gorgeous, you know. But I can't really feel the justification of going down to the ACO. Although I have done them. I have done these, done a batch there that will be going up. But I do find it's almost the same amount of energy going into the smaller drawings as the bigger ones, but obviously people want to do their collecting of cards and trading cards and such, but I'm not really convinced. I mean, maybe I would change my mind, but so far I'm not really convinced that that is a great way to show your art. Maybe it's a great way to kind of advertise your work, you know. It's like people might see the CEOs and they might think, oh, I love this guy's artwork so much, and they might run off and buy some of the big, more expensive stuff. I don't know. I haven't really seen how it has impacted. I mean, I've got a few new people that know who I am. Okay. I almost feel like there should be some kind of little bald head onto him. And this drawing channel is all about trying to have a very calm and very select, relaxed place for everybody to draw along with. And so far I'm really happy with my channel. I'm really happy. I'm really proud of it. It has taken me years to kind of get it up to a stage where I'm happy with the format and happy with it being just me and my drawings, and keeping it in a very simple. It is very simple, for the very simple reason that I want it to be something that you can come back to without having all the dramas and all the dynamics of everything. It's just, I find sometimes the channels are too much for me. I do find it. And I'm hoping that my channel will be a more relaxed type of format, where you can just sit and draw, just explore your own wants and your own love and your own passion and your own feeling. And I have been talking about possibly doing a live so I can kind of share things with people, though I haven't really looked into it fully yet. It's more of a kind of a technical decision. I'm going to have to go in and find out, how do I set this up and how do I push that button and when do I, you know. But I think it would be a nice addition to the channel. And a great way probably to bring new people into the channel as well. As it does get quite it is getting quite difficult to kind of get seen in modern times, you know, like in these kind of modern days, everybody's got a digital camera, everybody's got a story to tell, and there's this mass flood of information. And I do feel like sometimes people get a little bit drawn into all the stuff that they need to watch, you know. You know, Brad Pitt's got a new haircut and everybody needs to see it and such. Let's call him Fred. Good old Fred. Fred. I'll squeeze my name in there somewhere. And that's drawing 2 for today. I might change paper, as I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated by this kind of constant bleed, which is driving me nuts. I don't like this. I mean, maybe the paper has become a little bit damp, maybe, with all this rainy, cold weather that has been happening. Maybe I'll go and iron it. maybe I'll go and do something to kind of dry it out a little bit. See if there's any difference with it. But if not, I'm extremely disappointed with the way that the papers have changed, and it's really bleeding. In fact, I think it's even bleeding more on this one. Can you see? Even bleeding more on that one than the last drawing. Let's try and get a different piece of paper. Let's put that up there somewhere. Let's try a bigger piece. Let's try an A4. We were drawing, well, let's see what we draw. We'll draw one more, okay? We'll kind of oh. That's kind of an instant kind of cat feeling to it. That is an instant kind of lovely. I love those 2 big. Yes, definitely. Let's get a cat going in there. And I know that my cats are very, very popular with buyers and viewers as well. Especially my nasty cats for some reason. What is it about nasty cats? People love nasty cats. If you do a nice cute cat, people are not so interested. You draw a nice nasty cat, and it's like, it's the talk of the town, you know? It's like crazy. So let's make him a nasty cat. Let's get some. Let's get some nastiness in those eyebrows. Oh. Give him some nice wicked eyebrows. Some sneaky little eyes. Sneaky little eyes on a cat. Oh dear. Now cats are one of those creatures that you really don't know how to take them, you know. Quite often you see a cat and it's all nice and calm and quiet, and then the next minute it's going nuts. So I never quite know how to take a cat. Lovely, 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 lovely. See, this paper is not bleeding at all, which means you can make this messy kind of line work, and you can kind of get away with it. Nice. Let's give him some crazy paws. Oh, I do love drawing crazy paws. With claws, of course. Paws with claws, of course. Especially if it's a cat. Lovely. Absolutely delicious. As you can see, I sometimes use my fingers as well. It doesn't matter. It's just going to add to the beauty of that drawing. I do love to kind of get my fingers in there sometimes, just to give some life to that line. Sometimes a line can be quite bland. A lovely kind of pounce feeling about this cat. He's kind of like jumping in the air. Lovely toes, claws. What a gorgeous cat all round, you know. Lovely. Very, very nice cat. In action. Now let's try and squeeze a tail in there somewhere. Lovely, 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 lovely. Sign it up so everybody knows where it came from. Who did this drawing? It was me. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm very, very pleased with that. Very nice. Very nice. In fact, I don't think I'll even frame this one. I might partially frame it. But I kind of feel like the action is so beautiful. I feel like he's almost like jumping out of the box. Gorgeous. And I would love for you to let me know what you think about this lovely, dangerous cat. Right, danger. Danger. Lovely. Lovely. So there you go. You had 3 drawings. You had the bear, you've had the bird, and you've had the cat. All in one little drawing. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you did kind of draw along with me. It's always nice to have that feeling that you're drawing while I'm drawing. But I'm very pleased with that final drawing. A little bit disappointed with the slight bleed on that paper, but I will look in to see what has happened. If it is dampness in the paper, it might be a little bit of dampness in the paper. It might not be the company's fault. It might be my sloppy storage of it. But we will see. I've just had a nice idea to add some stripes to that tail, just to add to his character. Beautiful. So thank you very much again for coming and watching the drawings, and I would love your comments. If you've got any comments on any of the drawings today, I would love to hear from you. Or if you've got a request, maybe you've got a request that you would love for me to draw. Thank you very much, and I'll see you back here again for some more drawing. See you soon. Bye-bye.